Hey everybody, Carey Conley coming to you live on Tuesday at 5. I normally do this at Mondays at 5, but I kind of figured because I was out doing the same thing that a lot of people were out playing yesterday, and if I'd gone live, I may not have caught a whole lot of people. So I very rarely do this on Tuesdays, so we'll see how many people join me today. So anyway, I am coming on to talk to you guys like I usually do. About some thoughts and hopefully pass along some things to you that might be helpful for you. Hey Dawn, hey Phyllis, how are you? I just love being able to share some of the things that I've learned in my journey with all of you. And if you don't know what I specialize in, I am called a vision expert. I help people from all ages, all walks of life, all careers, all people who are seeking to find their true vision and purpose in life. And the reason I say that pretty broadly is because I know right now that there are high schoolers and college people and graduates, young adults, as well as people my age and beyond that are seeking their purpose now more than ever. And so I want to bring that to the world and help people learn that because I've been doing that now for well over 25 years in a lot of different ways, shapes, and forms. So that's what I do. I help people get their vision down on paper, crystal clear, so that it reveals a lot to them and shows them, gives them a path for their life and their vocation. It also, I believe, helps them tap into what their purpose is and who they really are. So I'm very passionate about it now more than ever for so many reasons. And my daughter and I, my daughter is 25. She just got married last September. And she and I are in the midst of writing a book. As a matter of fact, yesterday, we co-wrote the last 2 chapters that are now just kind of in really rough draft form. And this book is all about our journey. We have lost both my husband and my son to suicide within the past 5 years. And this not only is our story, we do share a little bit about what happened to both of them and some more details about all of that. But the book is intended to give people insight into what we've learned in the past 5 years, my daughter and I, how we're using our situation to help the world, I hope, and some things that we want to share with all of you that we think might help you. No matter what your situation is, we all go through some sort of difficulty some points of our life, don't we? It just comes with the package of living on this side of heaven on this earth. And some of the things, I think we have 10 or 11 chapters. And I thought what I would share with you tonight would be just about 3 or 4 of those chapters, some of the more important ones that you can apply to your life right now, no matter what you're going through, whether you're going through adversity right now or not. I think these are really good points in general that might help you. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Hey, Nikki, how are you doing? Great to have you guys on, as always. So I want to share actually 5 points that I am leaping out of the book that my daughter and I are co-writing right now. The book, by the way, is slated to come out in November on my son's birthday, 11/11. We're going to do a huge book launch around it, and starting this summer, you're going to hear more about the book itself, the title, and some more details, so watch for that. Because we've been working so hard on it now, she and I, for about 3 months, that it's top of mind. And so I thought I'd share 3 to 5 points that I think could help you in your life right now. So point number 1, you have to do what's right for you. No matter what it is, whether it's your personal life, it's your relationships, it's your choices in health, it's your choices in how you grieve, heal yourself, conduct your business, whatever it is, I want you to know that people will give you all sorts of advice. As my daughter and I were giving all sorts of advice. And in the end, we listened to some of it. Some of it we tried. And even though it went against our better judgment. And I want you guys to know something, that what we learned out of that is that we have a pretty good gut feel of what's right for us and what's not. And so at the end of the day, my daughter and I have learned to do what's right for us. We have a couple of core, a core group of people, our tribe, and I'll talk about that in a minute, that we do listen to the advice they give us and we take it to heart. But our situation is very unique, like it is for you. And so when people come to you with advice, they're giving you what they would want and what worked for them. And, they're doing it out of love. It's not that they're doing it to pressure you by any means. It just is truly an act of love. And so So take the advice, you guys, but at the end of the day, trust your gut and follow what you know is right for you, which leads into point number 2. You absolutely, positively, and I'm sure it's nobody watching my live or watching the replay, and by the way, if you catch this replay, comment that you watched it. Nobody, I'm sure, has any problems with people pleasing. So how many of you guys know that there are points in your life where you just feel like you've got to do those things because they would make other people happy? And you have this thing in you that you just have to make sure that everybody is happy at the expense of following your own heart and taking care of yourself first. I very much was a people pleaser, was very much the person that took care of everybody, rallied everybody, made sure I knew where everybody was, got everybody together, very much a people pleaser. But what I learned is that I had to take care of myself first. And I have to tell you honestly, you guys, we lost some people along the way because of that. And you know what? It's okay. Hey, Shani, how you doing? Because at the end of the day, it's all about having that tribe. And I'm going to talk about tribe now as point number 3. That is that core group. And I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, the smaller that group gets. That small group, your inner core tribe that you can trust with everything. These are the people that will back you up no matter what. They will be there on the good, the bad, and the really ugly days and not judge you for it. They don't leave you after the memorial service is over or after the storm is over or you have fixed the adversity or whatever. They don't go MIA on you. They stand beside you no matter what. And I hope that you can get to a point, number 1, where you can stop trying to please everybody and let those people surface, because they will. And I'm going to warn you, you guys, it's probably maybe not the people you think it should be or will be. So just plan for that. It's not an easy thing to see those people go, but it also gives you a whole lot of space. How many of you guys need a whole lot more time in your day? I'm going to tell you something. When you stop people pleasing and stop trying to take care of everybody else and doing what everybody else wants you to do, it is a miraculous how much time you find on your calendar, and it's also unbelievable how much more at peace you are. All right? So point number 4 is that you need to stop comparing. And this is really tough in our world because we have this. We have social media, and we can at any moment, any given time, get on here and within 5 minutes see what our whole world is doing. And some of those people are people that aren't dealing with the same situations we are. You know, the hardest thing for Laura and I think at this point is for us to compare ourselves to people that still have what appears to be full families intact, and they're all thriving and getting along and having a great time. And, you know, that was our family. And we have to really take a look at that and know that, first of all, what we see on social media and what we bring to the world is not always truth. And secondly, that they aren't walking in our shoes. And we aren't walking in theirs, you guys. So comparison is a really deadly epidemic. And I hope that you know that each and every one of us is going through our own journey, which leads me to the last point I want to make, and this is one of the chapters we talked about last week for the book that we're writing, coming out soon, is Grace and Mercy. We not only have to learn how to give ourselves a whole lot more grace and mercy, especially if you're going through any kind of challenge or adversity or rough patch in your life. I think more than ever, you guys, in our world right now, we have to start giving each other so much more love and grace and mercy. When people are not stepping up to your expectations, when they are showing up and maybe not being as happy as they usually are or as positive for you as they usually are, maybe even they show up and they're kind of ugly, we have to sometimes realize that we don't always know what's going on in people's lives. And I think the thing that could solve so many problems right now is that if we could cut each other a whole lot of slack. It's not easy, again, because there are decisions that you have to make for your own self. And sometimes it goes against the grain of what other people normally expect from you. And if you're changing and I don't want to say diminishing your tribe, but being more selective with your tribe. Sometimes those people don't understand what you're doing, and they will lash out, or they will judge you, or they will get ugly with you. And I have to tell you, the biggest thing I've learned, one of the biggest things I've learned in the past 5 years, by example, because I have a few people, literally a handful or less, and again, it's not always the people you think it's going to be, that have given me so much grace and mercy when I didn't deserve it, right? So you guys, here's the thing, is that we're all on a journey, and every day there's something new in life. I don't know why we keep expecting that tomorrow it's going to be different. We're going to have a clean sailing patch for a long time to come. I just have come to realize that when you get one thing resolved, there might be another thing right behind it. Hi, Natasha. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Thanks, you guys, so much. So, again, here's the 5 points I want to talk about. And these are points, if you didn't catch me at the beginning, that are little snippets coming from the book that my daughter and I are writing about our journey, what we've learned in the past 5 years through our losses, and not only the personal journey, but also our professional journeys as well. So, number 1, do what you need to do. Follow your own heart. Trust your gut. You know what to do, and don't let anybody pressure you into doing what they think you should do or what's best for them. Number 2, stop people pleasing. Oh my gosh. If we could all do that, it would just be so amazing, because we'd have a whole lot more time to love on the right people. And stop comparing. Other people's journeys are their journey, and your journey is unique. You can't compare apples to oranges, you guys. And so just stop doing it. Give each other a whole lot more grace and mercy, which is point number 4. And find your tribe. If you don't know who that core group is, and I'm going to tell you, if you are blessed to have it 5 or less, you're doing good. I'm going to talk a whole lot more in the month of June around this one thing, around tribe and having a community, and having the right people at the right time in your life, in both your personal and professional careers. Because for me, I have always built a really good support system around me, and have been really super selective on who that is, and it's served me well. So there you go, you guys. I just want you to know that I appreciate you all so much. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? I work in these things all the time. You are so good, and I hope you and I get to reconnect soon. Again, thanks you guys also for hopping on live. Share this out if you know somebody that needs to know these points in their life right now. Taylor, I love you and give you big hugs too, okay? Peace in your path as well. And I love you for sending me all the really loving messages. Share this out. Let me know if you watch the replay. Keep joining me normally every Monday at 5. So, because yesterday was a holiday. Today is kind of like Monday. So, I appreciate you all, and stay tuned for more. Have a nice night.